We are making a pumpkin pie. Hello. I don't know about you guys, but every single Thanksgiving, I look forward to having pumpkin pie. It's my favorite pie in the entire world. And today we are making a healthified version that's naturally sweetened with pure maple syrup. You can use coconut sugar or regular sugar, and then just all the good stuff like almond milk, pumpkin puree, and of course, a blend of homemade spices. So let's get started and make my healthy pumpkin pie. Breath. So the first thing we want to use is a can of pumpkin puree. Make sure that you're not using pumpkin pie filling. See a lot of people doing this. We just want the good stuff, pumpkin puree. So we're gonna add an entire can of pumpkin puree to a bowl. What's great about this recipe is that theoretically you could use pureed sweet potato, butternut squash, acorn squash, whatever you have on hand if you like pureeing your own squash. But personally, I just find this easier to buy and make during the holidays. We're gonna add in our almond milk. This is just unsweetened almond milk. And we've got 3 eggs, a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Next up, we've got some vanilla extract, just a splash. We've got some sugar. So I'm using organic sugar, but if you guys want, you can use coconut sugar. Just know that the end result may be a little bit darker, so the filling may be darker, but don't worry, it's still gonna work out the exact same. Then we're gonna use some pure maple syrup. And then, of course, we've got our blend of homemade spices. They're not homemade. I bought them at the store, but it's not pumpkin pie spice. So I prefer to use these because I like to control the spices in my pumpkin pie. So we're gonna do cinnamon, some nutmeg, ginger, and allspice. Personally, allspice is my favorite of all time. Like, it's just so yummy. A lot of people like to use cloves in their pumpkin pie, but I prefer allspice. I think it has better flavor. And then of course, we're just gonna add in a pinch of salt. Now you're gonna whisk this all together until it's nice and smooth. Whisk it, beat it, bop it, sock it. This is looking really good. So I'm gonna show you guys how to bake it in a pie crust that I made in my last IGTV video. But also I wanted to let you know that you are more than welcome to bake this without a crust, especially if you're doing a paleo diet or something like that. So what I like to do is just pour it into a 9-inch greased pie pan and then bake it for 40 to 50 minutes until the filling is set and no longer jiggly. So let's pour it into our pie crust. I like to smooth the top, or what you can do is just give it a nice shake. And I'm gonna throw this in the oven for about 45 to 50 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. It's just until it's nice and set and the filling is no longer jiggly when you shake the pie pan. So let's do it. Pumpkin pie came out of the oven looking beautiful. It's been cooling, and now we're ready to cut into it so we can enjoy a slice. If you guys aren't making this recipe for Thanksgiving, you are seriously missing out. It's so good. I think better than Libby's, but again, I'm a little biased. So creamy. If you make this recipe, be sure to use the hashtag #AmbitiousKitchen on Instagram. And of course, leave a comment below to let me know what your favorite type of pie is. See you guys later.